So I picked up a new class today. I teach at Guardian here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I always have a good time there. I mean, they've got some of the best jiu-jitsu that there is, and they've got an MMA team that's up and coming, and I really enjoy getting to work with some of the younger guys. You know, out in California, I trained everyone. I was one of the head coaches. I worked with the pros, the amateurs, the wannabe amateurs, the just people that wanted to come in and work out. I worked with everyone. Out here in Tennessee, I've got 3 different gyms I work at, and you know, I'm just having a good time with it. But I started a new class today. It's cage tactics, and it's a class I've taught out in California, and it's one of the most useful classes there are. You know, it's close to 100% of fights end up on the cage. It's just the way it is. And yet nobody really trains on the cage. They work on the cage. They have their drills on the cage, but it's not something that they like really focus on. It's something I really focus on. I have the 5th highest takedown defense rating in UFC history, and I blame it on my cage work. I'm very good there. And I say that modestly. But anyways, I got to work with these kids who've never experienced it before. And by kids, they're all 20 years old. I mean, young 20s. God, I'm old. And I just had a blast doing it. It was just guys that had never seen this side of martial arts before, this side of fighting. They all want to fight and maybe have their amateur debut later this summer. And I hope to be in their corner and help get them there. But I started telling them, he said, gyms don't... Here's it's Con. Give me some apples. Gyms, they don't let you spar hard anymore. Or at least, they don't know how hard sparring should be. And so I told him, he said, when you're sparring, you want to spar to hurt your friend. You want to hurt them. You don't want to injure them. You spar to hurt, not to injure. Injury is too far. You want another one? Ooh, you almost got my fingers. You dropped it. So anyway, and they were like, wait, what? Do what? I said, you spar to hurt. So I told them the story of Sean Strickland and I. Sean Strickland, real good friend of mine. We've been training partners for years, and there's not a person I'd rather have beat me up than him. Maybe Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson's on that list. But we have had some really good rounds, Sean and I. Hey. Yeah, my horses are a pain in the butt. All right, here's what. Con, you get one too. This is Con. Con's an old mare. Excuse me. Whisper is an old mare. Con's a young buck. Con's a butthead. Anyways, Sean and I, we've had some wars. And I started off bragging, yeah, when Sean and I first started sparring, I beat him up. I mean, for the first 2 years of us knowing each other, I beat him up. I walked him down, I could pin him. And then he broke my jaw. So that's an injury. We don't try to injure each other, but it happens. You train hard enough that injuries are going to happen. I broke his knee later, so we're even. Karmically, we can go again. The MMA gods, they will always make sure that you end up equally hurt by one another. So I broke his knee later in regards, and now we're tied up. But anyways, prior to that jaw breaking he gave me, I would beat him up. Since that jaw breaking he gave me, he has not slowed down, that son of a gun. I've won rounds, but I don't think I've won days. Not many of them anyways. I can't wait to get back out to him, show him my new size, because I put on some weight. I've put on some, and I want to go out there and see if it has done anything to help me. If we do 5 rounds together, I'll win 2, maybe 3, and he'll win 2, maybe 3. Sometimes 4. But I told him he's one of my best training partners because we know how hard we can go. We know what each other can take. And that's what you got to learn. You have to have a training partner that you can bite down on your mouth guard and swing, knowing that if you knock him out, it was a good day of training. Bad day for him, good day for me. Maybe next time it'll be the other way around. You don't try to do it, but you be willing to do it. So all of you young MMA fighters out there, all of you old bucks that just like watching the sport, understand there are the Max Holloways that don't spar anymore. And there's something to be said about that. And Max is one of the greatest it's ever been, so it's hard for me to say my way is right and his way is wrong. But I know I love this sport too much not to spar. And I know sparring light all the time is boring. you got flies. So I don't know if you know this, but flies come and they just swamp horses, and they start giving horses rashes. So we moved everything around a little bit out here, so they have a little bit more space, and there's a little more breeze up here, and it's been working pretty well, but it's still not perfect. You still get a lot of flies on our horses. Sometimes they get bad enough we put little masks on them. But if you have that that gym in town that you are related to, by the way, if you don't fight but you love watching it, you should go find a gym. Just be part of it. Join it. Come watch practices. Just learn the fighters. They would appreciate it. They would. Akon. Yes. But you'll get to see a difference in camps. And I think that's one of the big things you'll see. Big differences in camps. Big differences in camps. The camps that let you spar to hurt one another against the camps that don't. You need to have those guys that you can just bite down and swing on. You need to have those guys that you can work with and develop a style with too. You need both, but you do need it. So anyways, that was just, I was out here. I wanted to give my horse an apple, and that was a thought I had. Figured you guys would like to hear it. I love sparring. It's about as much fun as you can. So have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you all. And my horses, you see them twitch. It's them just getting flies off. Come down, we brush them off. Hey, have a good one, guys.